comes on. All right, it's 7 p.m. We're going to open the first meeting of the BZA for 2024. Let's do the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So you all have the minutes from the December 21st meeting. Oh, yeah, roll call, sorry. I got that right here. All right, roll call. Sandra Calvert. Here. Corbin April. Norm Warner.
Here.
Dustin Combs.
Here.
Beth Wood.
Here.
Okay. All right, so let's go to the minutes. December 21st minutes.
I make a motion that we approve the minutes.
I'll second. And vote. Aye. Okay. All right. So there's no old business. The new business is reorganization of the board, election of president. Is there any nominations?
I nominate Norm Warner as El Presidente.
I second.
Okay.
I don't actually have to go by that title, do I?
All right. Is there vote?
Abstain.
Okay. All right, Norm, it's all yours.
Thank you, guys, for the vote of confidence. We'll now take nominations for vice president of BZA.
I nominate Sandy Calvert.
I second. You're good with that? Okay. Any other nominations? Seeing none, we'll put it to a vote.
I guess I better abstain.
You can vote for yourself, we don't care. Okay. The other thing on the agenda tonight is a public hearing for a design variance, BZA 2023-9 for Sherry McIntosh. Before I get started, let me read the, you got the script there?
So just it just needs to be the,
It's just our finding, right?
yeah, these are the findings, but
Okay.
you just, we just need that, it's about it being the 10 days and all of that.
Resolution allowing a variance to setbacks. Sherry McIntosh, 2111 Pottersville Road, Spencer, Indiana, 47460. Parcel number 6010323-100.001-027. Petition BZA 2023-9.
Wouldn't read the rest
Yeah.
of it.
Whereas Owen County Building Department asked for.
Yeah, don't
No,
read
not
that
that part?
part,
Okay.
yeah. We just.
Okay, so
need-
we have 3 criteria we have to meet. Well, I need to open the public hearing.
Yes.
All right, so I will open the public hearing for BZA 2023-9. Let me read this, and then you can come forward and present your case. Okay? The approval will not be injurious to the public health, safety, moral, or general welfare of the community. The use and value of the area adjacent to the property included in the variance will not be affected in a substantially adverse manner, and the strict application of the terms of the zoning ordinance will result in a practical difficulties in the use of the property. We've had the application, I'm sure you guys have all read through it. We did have one letter, which I will read into the record once they've presented
There's
their part of it.
the criteria,
What's that?
that's the ordinance they may want.
Oh, okay. The Board of Zoning Appeals shall approve or deny variances for the development standards such as setbacks of the zoning ordinance. The board may impose reasonable conditions as part of the board's approval. A variance may be approved only upon determination in writing of what I just read. And pursuant to Indiana Code 36-7-4-920, Owen County Zoning Ordinance 16.3, public notice in accordance with Indiana Code 5-3-1-2 and Indiana Code 5-3-1-4 shall be published at least 10 days prior to the meeting. Did that happen?
Yes.
At least 10 days prior to the hearing, the planning director shall notify all interested parties of the public hearing by certified mail.
Yes, that happened.
At least 10 days prior to the hearing, the planning director shall post and maintain a sign on the subject property notifying those passing the property that the request for a variance approval for the property has been made. Did that happen?
Yes.
Okay. The staff, if any, may appear before the board at the hearing and present evidence support of or in opposition to the granting of the variance or determination of any other matters. Other persons may appear and present relative evidence. A person may not communicate with any member of the board before the hearing with the intent to influence the member's action on the matter pending before the board. Were any of you guys contacted in any way, shape, or form?
No.
Okay. I was not either. Not less than 5 days before the hearing, the staff may file with the board a written statement setting forth any facts or opinions relating to the matter. The board shall conduct a public hearing on the application of the variance approval, which is what we're doing tonight. Following the hearing, the board shall take action on the application. The board may approve, deny, or approve with conditions. The board shall make written findings of the facts in support of their decision. Those would be on file with the building department and viewable there. The zoning ordinance we're dealing with is 12.32, which is setback from the road right of way of at least 75 feet, setback of side lot line of at least 25 feet, setback from rear lot line of at least 25 feet. So that's the ones we're talking about tonight. Okay. All right, guys, you can come forward, state your name and address, and then present your application.
My name's Sherry McIntosh. My address is 2111 Pottersville Road in Spencer, Indiana.
My name's Chris Barker, 2111 Pottersville Road, Spencer, Indiana.
Go ahead.
Well, first thing I need to do, I guess, is apologize, because I got in trouble and had to pay the fine because I thought, I grossly misunderstood. I thought when we had all that stuff for the garage, we didn't have to do all that. I thought that permit was good for everything, but she explained to me that it wasn't. So, so I apologize for that. I mean, we wasn't trying to get over anything. We paid the fine and done what we're supposed to do. At this point, we're just asking that, so we can just finish our house. We're in kind of a bind. We had no clue we was that close to the Sweeney's on the property line because of her mom. Thought it was a lot longer, farther than that. Since then, we've got the elevation survey and done that. We just hope we could finish our house. On the front porch, well, I think we're fine on it, except for the part that goes out toward the road. But there was an 8-foot porch there. We went to the sides of it. But now we did make a walkway toward the road, toward the mailbox. But I thought we were okay there because there was a sidewalk there. And when we put our walkway there, if you clean the dirt out at the end of that walkway, you can still see about 3 inches of the sidewalk. So I thought it was okay since there was a sidewalk already there. But we kind of wanted a walkway to go to the mailbox because it matches our porch. We're just in a bind, and we're hoping we can just finish.
Well, I won't speak for everybody else. The walkway out to your mailbox doesn't bother me, and actually, looking at the drawing, your addition, as far as the road is concerned, you're actually farther because the curve goes away from you.
Yeah, I just knew it wasn't 75 feet.
It's not, but we had already give you a variance for the front there. The problem is,
You only gave variance.
but for the garage, right.
So,
We haven't given you anything for the house itself.
You see,
The bigger issue is the side lot. Now, do we have that letter?
Yeah, and Sherry's here, Sherry Sweet's
Yeah.
here, so.
I'll have to read it into the record.
I got you.
Did you guys have anything, are you done, sir?
I think so.
Okay.
Till the crying starts.
I think he's done enough.
All right. So, do you guys have anything else before I read the letter into the record?
Have you considered maybe getting an easement on that side to where you're really close to protect you in the future by chance?
Well, we haven't because Sweeney's are wonderful and
Yeah.
we've been there forever. It's been a family, residence for forever. So I don't know that we'll ever have any problems with them.
Yeah, it just, if you got like a 15-foot general use easement or something like that, to where that 3.5 feet, if you want to go mow your grass or something like that,
Yeah, I've been mowing it for about 30 years.
I know, you never know what the next owner might do,
Right.
Right.
My only concern there is protect yourself in the future on that kind of thing, if we approve, but that's the only thing I had to add.
Beth?
Shame on you for not following directions, but
I thought I was. I promise. I thought I was. But when I got scolded, that's the best way to learn, I guess. Then I had to pay the fine, so I learned that way too.
yeah, it's just as,
I've never so much as even built a porch before. I have no idea how any of this works, and I thought we were, because the guys called me from the job site and said, hey, we have to stop because you don't have a permit. I said, I got a permit. I had it stuck in the window, the living room window. And he said, no, that's not going to work. So that's when the phone call came and we stopped.
Well, I applaud you for stopping because some people would have just kept on going.
No, we wasn't trying to do anything. Now, we did call back and ask her if it was okay. We tarped it best we can so the rain wouldn't hurt it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we're not gonna request that you get it drenched in rain and snow.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think
no,
anyway.
we.
I mean,
told her
she's
that-
tough, but she's not.
I informed them that they couldn't nail anything more, but they could put a tarp over it to cover it until
Yeah.
you made your guys' decision.
That's-
And then once you make your decision, then if you allow them to commence, then they can commence the rest of it, but that's up to you guys.
So this is from the Sweeneys, which is the folks that would actually be on the other side of the property line that they're encroaching on. I thought this was very telling. This carries a lot of weight with me, so I'm going to read it into the record so it's in the record, and then we can move on from there. So in reference to case number BZA 2023-9, petitioner Sherry McIntosh, to the OCP and Z board members. My wife and I received a letter from the OCP and Z in reference to a public hearing that has been scheduled for January the 18th, 2024. We understand this meeting is being held at the request of Sherry McIntosh to petition for the consideration of a variance on the construction of a room addition that does not meet the county's 25-foot property setback requirement. My wife and I live at 2177 Pottersville Road, and our neighbors to the southwest, in which property line adjoins Sherry McIntosh. We have no issue with the construction of this addition regardless of the distance from our property line. As a neighbor and Owen County citizen, we encourage the board to grant this petition for a variance. The construction of this addition will be a major improvement to our neighborhood. Thank you for your time. If the board has any questions on our part, please do not hesitate to contact us. Kevin Sweeney, Sherry Sweeney, 2177 Pottersville Road. And that's you. So, very well-written letter. And like I said, this carries a lot of weight with me because people being able to get along is a good thing. And I understand, you know, that he kind of jumped the gun here. But he's paid it forward, or paid his dues. His next door neighbor has no problem with it. So at that point, you guys have any other statements, questions,
I have a
anything?
little bit of a question, because
Okay.
on the note on the survey, it says, this drawing is not intended to be representative as a retracement or original boundary survey.
Right.
So, or a location report, so, you know, that might be a little more than 3.5 feet.
So how long has it been since it was surveyed?
Like a perimeter survey?
Yeah,
My parents had it surveyed when because those were one track, the 2109 and the 2111 was one big piece of property. Then when my parents bought that house from my aunt, they had that surveyed into their own track. 2008, 2009, I believe, when they purchased that house. So I think that was the last time it was surveyed.
And I understand that this is just an elevation, so I'm thinking this could be a little bit farther, a little bit closer, that 3.5 feet.
If anything, they say it's farther.
Okay, and that's what I'm
But-
thinking.
But
you know.
regardless, we know now that it's not 25 feet. So to do that perimeter, they told us it cost about $4,000.
Oh, yeah.
Just to find out, maybe we're 8 feet instead of 3.5. We're still under 25, so we're all in agreement to that.
I mean, it's not gonna move enough to where you don't need a variance, I would
Right.
say. And if the Sweeneys aren't requiring it, and it doesn't sound like they are, then it would be for your peace of mind and theirs only, you know, as far as how far it really is, 3 feet, 6 feet, it's still a variance, so.
They've even said they would either give us 25 feet or sell us 25 feet if we can't. But we don't want to have to spend, we're so far in now,
Yeah.
so, yeah, if everybody's in agreement, we're fine.
I have a suggestion. Maybe you could just have an easement recorded, written and recorded, just for access
Okay,
around and to, and then that way,
right.
if you sell or you guys sell, then you can at least know you can drive your lawnmower around that.
Okay,
Yeah.
That kind of gives you a barrier on the books,
right.
so that no one's, when and if the property changes on either side, or both, then there's no problems. Because they're right, I could see someone buying the other property and going, hey, this is not okay with me. So, now I don't know what that process looks like. That would
Then you
be,
have to contact the surveyor.
yeah, that'd be
You have to contact, if you can go back to the engineering company that you already had come out there and do, I mean, they should be able to.
I would
To pull
actually talk to an attorney and see, because it might not have to be a specific easement, because you're not gonna really have a driveway up there, are
No.
you?
No,
And maybe
it's
it
just
just
the side yard
allow
that
you-
we've been mowing for 30 years.
Yeah, allow you access, and it might not have to be a big measurement, but you probably wanna talk to an attorney about that.
We're just trying to not spend any more money than we have
Oh,
to
yeah,
at
exactly.
this point. We took a house that was free and clear, and we borrowed a little money to finish what we're doing, so we're in a bind.
Because someone doesn't pay attention.
He's probably not heard that though, has he?
Nah, no,
A
not
time
very
or
much
two,
in the
but
last 3 weeks.
this time,
What's your class?
my grandpa said best way to learn is when it costs money, and I learned.
Okay. Anybody got a motion?
So when you do make your motion, there's actually 3 setbacks you're gonna have to give them because they did build a porch on the front that was not there.
Right.
So that needs to have the addition from the road and then the addition from the side yard, so it'll have to be 3 different measurements.
We're good in the back, right?
Well, I mean, you're really close to the back, but I think 3 foot is kind of that whole long, you know.
Well, I mean, yeah,
From.
Yeah, the very, very
yeah, we're-
back,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, we're good there.
Yeah, you're fine. It's just that one, that northwest
Right.
corner is gonna need
This is all above the floodplain, it sounds like.
Yes,
Yes.
yeah, we got another survey for that.
Right, good deal, okay. All right, so we need the front and the side yard variance in our motion.
Yeah, three different measurements, because that's what,
President Warner,
Yes, sir.
I didn't hear anything in the evidence to support those 3 findings. So before a motion's made, it would be good to make sure
Okay.
that's done.
Let me run through those, that way we check them
I
off.
also want to point out there's a slight error on the application. The decimal point on the acreage is .040, there's actually 0.40 acres, which is what the
Yeah.
deed says. So
Say that again.
the application.
yeah, it says .040, but decimal point needs to be that one,
Okay.
so.
Now, that's a clerical, can we make
That's
that?
a clerical on the
Yeah.
application
That's,
part of
it's
it.
a scrivener's error.
We can fix that without
Yeah, because I think.
action?
Yeah, because
Okay.
it is just a scrivener's error. You do
Yeah.
have the deed that tells
The
you
deed,
what it is.
yeah, actually says.
So,
right.
it's just fixing clerical error.
Okay, so, the following findings will have to be made in our motion as well. The approval will not be injurious or to the public health, safety, moral, or general welfare of the community. My feeling is, with the neighbor being in okay with this, and the fact that they are going to increase the value of the home. And we've already established they're no closer to the road than any of the rest of their building. So I think that fits into number 1. Use and value of the area adjacent to the property included in the variance will not be affected in a substantially adverse manner. There again, this is going to improve the look and the value of the home. So I think we meet that criteria. The strict application of the terms of the zoning ordinance will result in a practical difficulties in the use of the property. If we make him tear that down, I would say that we fit that mode. So I think with those 3 things in our motion, we should be ready to roll. So,
Those findings just need to be on the record. It doesn't have to be part of the motion.
okay. Would everybody agree with those 3 being met by this application?
Yes.
Okay. So, you want to take a crack at a motion? With the, make sure we get the setbacks, variances in the motion.
I'll make the motion that we approve the front setback of, looks like 35 feet. The second front setback of 43 feet instead of the 75, and then the side setback of 3.5 instead of the 25.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor that's been properly seconded. All in favor of this application for variance, show of hands. 4-0. All right. And with that, I will close this public hearing for 2023-9. Let me get back to my agenda now.
So we're
Okay.
okay to
Yeah, you're
start
good.
working again?
You're good. You'll
I
have
mean,
to
get
let her
this
get it done.
paperwork done, and
Yeah.
then you can start.
Okay.
She'll have
after
to,
you get your permit.
yeah, she'll have to
You
put
haven't gotten
our
a permit.
findings.
Well, I'm getting a permit. I'll get
You
two.
haven't gotten a permit yet, so.
I'll buy two in
Can't
case
start
we
working
lose
till you
one.
get the permit, so. Let's not put the cart before the horse again.
Yeah, I'll buy two in case we lose one.
So yeah, once I get this, it will probably be Monday, before I can get all of this wrote up and signed and everything, then you can come in and get a permit.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Good
much.
luck with
Take it
that.
easy.
Fine.
Okay, 7, public comments. Dana, you got anything? I guess you're staff, so that's 8. You got anything for staff reports? Susan, you got anything other than our meeting next month?
You do have a meeting next month. There will be 2 variances, applications, for, the next meeting. Nobody's built anything yet, so this is not one of the, like today, so, they are, well, actually, one of them did. Let me change this there. One of them already built it. We did the same thing, stop work order on them. So, other than that, there's nothing.
Okay. BZA member comments. Anything?
No.
I do appreciate you guys showing the confidence in me to move forward again with the presidency, and congratulations. So, with that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
All right, we are adjourned. Thank you very much.